What is going on, Guardians? Welcome back to Marchmilla Gamers. This week we're tackling the challenge of Elders solo. This week I have chosen the Hunter class with the Blade Dancer. Reason behind that is because the mission modifiers this week are airborne, players deal more damage in the air, and the bonus modifier is melee kill bonus, which means when we pop that super with the Blade Dancer, that is an added melee bonus. And if you're soloing this, that's going to be kind of crucial. You could probably do a lot of damage with a Sunsinger melee from the Warlock, and just have that extra melee if you have the gloves. But we're going to go ahead and start this off, and I'm going to speed this up a little bit just to tell you what I'm doing here. I've made a couple attempts, and I've spared you the horror of the couple of times that I didn't make it through. What I do is I take out all the ads first, everything that's shooting at me and trying to kill me, obviously, and I'm going to take those guys out first until all I have left is the Scions. Now, if this is your first time doing the Challenge of Elders, this particular character, Valaroon, he is shielded by a Scion shield, which means there's 3 Scions, just like the Scions from last week's weekly Nightfall. You have to kill those Scions, then he becomes vulnerable, which means he takes damage. Excuse me. So each time you kill a Scion, you can kill him, or you can do damage to him. If you have a crowd of 3, you can choose to do the Scion, then do damage, then another group of enemies come in, kill a flare, excuse me, it's a Scion flare. You can kill the Scion flare, then allow more enemies come in, then kill a Scion flare, allow more enemies in. What I'm doing here is a different type of strategy. I'm going to get rid of the Scion flares completely. For one reason, as a soloist, it's going to be very difficult to take on the Scion flares and all the enemies at the same time. There's also chaff, or chaff, whichever one you want to call it. Player radar is disabled, so as you can see, a couple times I get snuck up on by that big dude. But anyways, you're going to need to take out these Scion flares. I'm going to let you watch that part, and then I speed it up again because it's just like every other Challenge of Elders. Do a little bit of damage on the boss man, then more enemies come in, and the party just continues throughout that in that particular manner. So right now I'm trying to get rid of the solar flare. I would recommend shotgun, or if you're pretty good with the sniper, you can jump and snipe. I guess it's whatever your best quality is. I'm not a very good jump sniper. So I walk around with a shotgun because you are dealing more damage in the air, which you'll see in just a moment. I figure out that I can use my auto rifle and just jump up and down while shooting, and it creates more damage on the boss. You'll see that in just a few minutes as I get rid of the rest of these flares, which is actually seems to be taking me a little bit longer than I thought it was. I apologize for that. You gotta separate them. For some reason they like to hang out together. Alright, so solar flares down. You'll see in the lower right hand corner goes that he is vulnerable. Val is vulnerable. So we're gonna head back over this way because we don't have a radar, so we gotta locate the last flare. He's up there on the bridge. I think I'm running out of heavy, so I'm gonna pop a heavy synth right here just so I have enough. I'm also supercharged, but I want to save that for my ads because you want to get the most out of a super that you can. I'm running Encore so that my super will last a little bit longer. With the Blade Dancer, it seems to disappear pretty quickly. So I finally corner this Joker right here. It is the Arc Blade, and now he's down. Okay, so he's down. That means that Valaroon is going to be vulnerable for the rest of the time. He has no shield, which will allow me to put damage on him. And as you can see, I speed it up right here. Just put damage on him until reinforcements come in. Reinforcements are here. I decide that I am going to change my position here, go through the melee. As you can see, you get points for creating orbs, melee kill, and super kill all at once. I go back to the entrance just because I find that they gather up a little bit more at the entrance than back there in the left. They'll gather up for you. Now you have to be a little bit careful. If you're running with the fire team of 3, this is fine. This is absolutely fine. This is a great spot to be in because they gather up pretty heavily. And your supers and melees, if you can get them gathered up enough, you can create a lot of points. So this is a great spot to be in if you want to do it that way. You'll see in just a moment that I begin to jump up and down while shooting, and that is one of the reasons I chose the auto rifle, is just because I can jump up and down to shoot the boss. There we go. Finally started jumping up and down. I really realized after I stopped panicking enough, I realized that I could jump up and down. Now melees are your bonus kills, so that's another reason I chose the auto rifle, is because you can shoot at them while you're approaching them to get them down enough to where that melee will kill them with one little swipe, one little stab. The Titans and the Warlocks, you guys maxed out, probably would kill them with one melee punch. Not sure, I haven't tried it yet this week. I wanted to get this video out there as quick as I could for you guys to help you out. A lot of you guys won't be soloing it, but this is also some helpful advice on how to run it. Might get you done quicker. I have scored 30,000 points. 30,000 points in this one alone. A solo 30,000 points. So I can imagine that with a fire team of 3, you could probably double, maybe, you know, if not triple that. It's all going to depend on how quickly you can bring down the enemies, the adds that come in. If you can do that quickly, you'll get those bonus round points and keep the adds coming in as fast as possible. This is probably the toughest round, personally. I think it's the toughest round as far as the Cabal goes. Those guys are pretty brutal with their shields and their smacking and the Scion Blast and everything like that. Second round, we move into the Vex, and these guys are going to be taken. It's the it is the Sidious Mind, the spinal cord, awesome looking enemy there, and he is going to target you with the bombs. Once again, I'm going to speed up the game a little bit just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do all this baloney. This guy's pretty easy. I have switched to the Black Spindle just because if I get that precision shot, and it does one of the highest damages in the game. Well, for me it does. I mean, it could be something else out there, but I find that the Black Spindle, and I don't have to reload it if I get precision shots, obviously. That makes it a little more easier. This is a relatively easy one because the ads will just come to you. They don't really wander around the map. They come straight to you, and they're pretty aggressive. So a couple shots on the big guy, get some more ads in, get some more ads in. If you can't melee and get the max points for it, you're gonna want to go with the headshot. You get you'll get the precision bonus, which is 135 in the second round, and I think it goes up to 140 in the third round. Melees are 140 here and 210 in the final. So I mean, bottom line is, if you can melee. That's what you really want to do to get your max points and finish your sigils as fast as possible and get the highest score. Try to get your name on Bungie site. Don't know. I just wanted to give you guys a look at this week's challenge of the Elders. Show you that if you don't have a fire team, that you can solo it yourself. It's going to take a little bit of time, but this will give you a little bit of an idea on how to do it, maybe, or you can take it and modify it however you want. I'm just giving you the ideas. I'll let you watch it a little bit more, and then I'll come back in and finish up when we get to the Fallen. There's a spot in the Fallen where I'd really like to show you guys what exactly I would suggest doing.
They are dead. You are not.
Alright, Guardians, they are dead and you are not. So here we are, we're going to move on to the Fallen. This guy is called, hold on one second, Kexis, the Betrayed. You're going to hear that, obviously, when he pops up. And it took me a couple of tries to figure this one out, just testing a couple of different areas in the map. If you've ever done the Prison of Elders and done Skull Loss and all that mess, you're very familiar with this particular room. These guys stay spread out quite a bit, so I really wanted them to gather up. So what I did was, instead of using that platform up there, I went underneath the platform in the room underneath. Just because I wanted them to gather up for me and possibly come into the room. Those guys with the wire rifles, when they snipe you, it's very difficult to take two shots from them. If you take a second shot from them, you're done. So I stayed in this room right here. I let the Thrall will come into the room. They'll come right into the room. All you have to do is melee them. It's an easy 210 points. Anybody who doesn't come into the room, I try to get a precision shot on them. As you'll see, I just walk back and forth between these two rooms right here. Just shooting them. I'm just getting body shots on them. I'm trying to get them to come into the room. Eventually, if they don't come into the room, I'll sneak out there and try to melee a couple of them and get the bonus points for that. If not, I'm trying to get precision shots. Obviously, with a couple of them, you can see that I did not get the precision shots. So, but you do not want to run out there in front of those wire rifles, because if they double up on you, you're going to die. Found that out the hard way. I think I did this 2 rounds before I used this room right here. See, these guys will just come in here. They're idiots, and they just want your blood, I guess. So they're going to come inside. These guys, they just stand outside and pop Nova Bomb, or pop the domes all day long, which can get annoying at times. But oh, and also the bombs. Kexis drops bombs that will drain you of your light. So your supers, unless you're pretty strategic with them, will not be used very much in this room because he drains it. Now with a fire team of 3, I'm not so sure. You might be able to do it a little bit more frequently and more easily. But if you try to solo this, it will be very difficult to keep your super, because when the bomb blows up, you're suppressed. That's one of the bombs right there in the background there. When it blows up, it drains everything, and you'll see in just a second. It detonates. Boom. There it goes. Drain of light. You'll see everything starting to decrease. Your super, your melee, your grenade there. So, and it's the same process with this guy. Get him down some. Get the ads to come in. And then when the ads come in, I would advise going down there. Now, as a fire team of 3, you guys may choose to go to a different location on the map, but you kind of want to get into a spot, obviously, where they can stack up for you, so that you guys can take them down quickly and get the max amount of points that you can. I do hit 30,000, 33,000 I think was my final, and this one you'll see in just a couple minutes. He pops that stupid bomb like 100 times, and he throws about 7,000 of those Nova bombs at you, which is ridiculous. Keep jumping, airborne, additional damage. If you're really good with the scout rifle and can jump and shoot scout rifle precision shots, you'll finish this guy pretty quickly. I am not that good, I guess, to do that, so I did not do that. So anyways, so here come the ads. I run back down, sparing you the painful watching of every single round, but it's the same process. You're getting 135 per precision shots in this room, so if you can do precision shots for most of the round there, you'll get your 30,000. But if you're trying to get a max score, a high score up in the 50s and 60s, if you're trying to hurry up and get your sigil done as fast as possible, if you got 3 characters, you're going to want to try to do the melee to get that bonus and get this finished up real quick. I'm looking for that Thrall. I didn't think that I killed him. He's right there at the end. So I'm going to come out here, and there just happens to be a couple more up here to the left. They're trying to be sneaky. I think one of them hits me with a wire rifle to make me notice, yeah. So I'm going to precision kill them. I don't want to die, especially as far as I've gotten right here. Grenade kill. One of the bounties this week is grenades, so I threw quite a few grenades. You really don't want to be throwing grenades at all. If you want to do the melee bonus, go to the level 41 and get your grenade kills. Challenge of Elders, if you're trying to do a high score, stick with the melees. If you have a fire team of 3 or even 2, you might try to melee bonus kill him. It'll give you an extra bonus. I don't have that. I'll try to get a video, let you guys know what that bonus is, a fire team of 2. Maybe my son and I will try to get you that bonus later on this week as we do his sigil.
Tells the tale.
And that is it. That is the end of the Challenge of Elders for this week. Week number 5. I believe we're in week number 5. So I'm going to get this out there for you guys to enjoy. And good luck, Guardians. Marshmallow Gamers out.